What's good, YouTube? Sorry for no face cam today. I have to set up really quickly and then get through on the trip to Chicago. We're going to be driving all the way there for the final regional of the season and the first regional of the new WCQ format, and only regional, I might add, so some interesting content should be coming from that. But let's go ahead and get into today's Market Watch. As you see, there's tons of tabs, no spoilers because you can only see the first couple of words. But first, CyberDark Dragon hype is just up there, and I wanted to go over these cards in case any of you might have them. Cyber Dragon Ultimate Rare, CyberDark Dragon himself, $85 lowest, non-existent on eBay at all. CyberDark Keel does exist on eBay near mint at 40-ish, as the only Ultimate Rare CyberDark on eBay, I might add, that is near mint. But as you see, two non-near mint copies exist here on TCG Player. It's basically just almost none of this exists on market at all. Future support's coming out. It might not even be that good. Like, it doesn't seem like it's going to impact the meta at all, but it's just something that feels like we know what it is, I suppose. And we see $60 here about for CyberDark Impact, that Tactical Evolution Secret Rare that's been on and off expensive. And we see here the DT is just up as well, but STFG Gaming has 118 copies holding the line at $13, so I don't think it's going to be passing there anytime soon, and I think we'll eventually be going down as they want to sell more. But just every single version of the CyberDark cards that are higher rarity just seem to be up. As you see, market price $1.35 on the DT, and STF Gaming here again, 83 copies holding the line at $3. And the DTs on the quote-unquote commons are very, very good value. DT04, we have $1.25 on CyberDark Horn with that very nice old DT rarity. And I believe there's a few other DTs. Edge as well, that's Duels Pack, not to be confused with the DT at 83 cents lowest, before quickly going up to $2. STF Gaming again, 88 copies here, so not too expensive if you really want a nice look. But unfortunately, I believe Keel is the shatter foil on the DT, if I'm not mistaken. I guess I passed it, but we see $40 over here, the only CyberDark Ultimate Rare period on all of eBay. The rest are Japanese or different things from CyberDark Impact. So it's just really interesting to see such a blanket on the market to where there's not really any of them at all. And also, I got to shout out TCG Player here having a new layout. I think it looks really nice, and we'll see it on a few of the next cards. Glow Up Bulb Ultimate Rare is something I noticed had dipped quite a bit. Last time I covered it, I think it was $30. Link format, a lot of people think it won't be that good. I guarantee there's going to be ways to get it to the graveyard relatively free, and that either for its synchro options or its ability to be used for a link summon, that it will see relevance still. So it might be a good time to start trading for it. It's still pretty expensive to buy for something that can never come into interaction with the format. I just thought it's very interesting that it's continually going down over time. And we see it all the way down to $22 near mint here on eBay. I think that it's going to continue to go down, but I would start trading for the Ultimate Rare version, as again, it's a free body for link summoning when you bring it back. It's also still going to be a tuner for any relevant synchro plays that you might have alongside link summoning. I don't think this card necessarily will be going anywhere in terms of its viability for putting a body on board. Dimensional Barrier is down after the announcement that it is common in a Japanese structure deck. I don't think that it will be in one of our structures, but I was very surprised with how accurate the dinosaur structures and the gear structures were on their reprints coming over here, and we could continue to see that trend. Again, it's a huge Megaton candidate also, so everything happening to it is just dictating its price down, down, down. And we see that on eBay as well, matching 25s by 3 sellers here. Overall, I think it deserves to continue to go down in price since it's going to be seeing multiple reprints. But if it's Megaton only, expect it to be very similar to Solemn Strike overall. Expect it to, you know, bottom out at 20, then go back towards 30 plus at some point when it becomes relevant. Although it doesn't stop any kind of links, it will stop many viable plays during link format. And now for the rest of this market watch, my favorite deck comes back, and I see these ads. All right, I see the change in layout. Might have a few ads on them. Can't complain about that, as we do that with Market Watch ourselves. Making that money, TCG player. Legendary 6 Samurai Shi and Ultimate Rare is up to about $16 near mint for the unlims. The lowest first ed here is 30. I didn't think to look at the first eds overall, but definitely a ton of these cards are going to be up versus their market price right now, as they've had now 5 cards announced to the future of their archetype, which might foreshadow Shadow 6 Samurais. It might foreshadow that there might be even more support coming as we continue to get the leaks. And we see Ultimate Rare near mint here at 16 as well. Let's add a first. And to note on a lot of these Samurai cards, look at the quantities. The quantities overall are pretty low on quite a few of them. Ultimate Rare, which shows an Ultra, so via unique seller, it's probably not ulti. We see $47.50. Now these prices will probably go down a little, but again, to note, the quantity is what's insane right now. These got bought out really nicely and cleanly. So these are about the only things that are getting super hyped right now, and it'll be interesting to see the quantity fall out. The Ultra Rare, however, is actually quite a bit more too, at $7.55 before $8-ish. And we see that's not the biggest jump for the Ultras, but again, only 7 on eBay itself, and it starts at $8 before $9.9. And then the Super as well is going to be super low quantity on eBay. We see Near Mint starts at $5.60 here. I believe it's the Raw Mega Pack Special Edition. Yeah, so it was a harder kind of special edition to obtain. And only 14 of these exist on eBay. So if we're going by eBay alone, 14 on market, 7 on market, and 4 on market. That's for 3 different versions of a card, an insanely low amount. We'll see how it falls out after, but the Super's not too much more than it was, right? The Super was at 5. So something I would consider would be getting the Ultras off of TCG Player if I was wanting to play the deck for sure, that are lower priced. We see the $7.55 and then the lower $8 if you want an entire playset. It's still really tough for me to call the deck viable, because we haven't seen much good support. I think a lot of people are banking on more support even so than what's already been announced. 5 cards is a lot, guys. Let me just say that. So, Keyzon is up as well. You see the Norm at $5.76. And we see the first near mint all the way down here at $8.40. That's, you know, 20%, 25% increase-ish. And we see $8.26, $8.31, $9 here. So from about $6 to $8 on Keyzon, it's always been pretty hard to get. To note, the common is still only $3, $3.50, which isn't a huge jump, and there's quite a few quantity of the common Keyzon. So if you, I expect these to slowly start to trail up as well. Let's go ahead and just look up Keyzon real quick on here for the common, since I don't have a tab for it, despite all these tabs. As you see, the market price is quote-unquote $4.28 on him. He's always been kind of a hard-to-get common, one that I've always picked out of bulk, and we see $3.69, $3.70 over here. So the common hasn't quite yet jumped, but all the hollowed-out versions have. And on that note, Asceticism is a solid 5, which is a big jump from where it was. A lot of people aren't going for it, but it will definitely be played in the deck in some capacity, in my opinion. And we see that the first ones are light play on eBay, and it's already up on eBay to about $6-ish. That could not even be that new, but super low quantities again on this card. Just a note, if you have 6 Samurais, you don't plan to play them, now is definitely one of the times to sell. The other time would be closer to the set when people start hyping it again and realize that they want to play it or not. We see $40 here on Grandmaster the 6 Samurai Secret Rare, and the first eds, do they exist? Yes, at 70 here. I believe the lowest is 50 on eBay. Yeah, first ed, 50 on eBay, so a huge price discrepancy there. And we see near mint unlimiteds at 40 here. So I believe the lowest are about the same for near mints. Yeah, about 40. No Limit Gaming, NLG. Always great to see them around. It's definitely interesting to see such a price difference on the first set, but again, with low quantities on a lot of these cards, you're going to see some crazy prices for a while. And what I was saying is, oh, these aren't ads, it's wow, that's actually really cool. It's advertising the game. Okay, my bad, TCG player. We see 56 cents at 28 DTs. They're shatter foil, so not the sexiest DTs, but SDF Gaming there again. 28 copies, so they must have sold a lot considering the copies of their other DT cards. Definitely a cheap alternative right now if you're looking to get a better looking Grandmaster overall. And we see then a comment. And we see $243 plus $1 shipping, so $350 on Super Kagamushi, because Kagamushi common is about $1 common. I think $1.15 now might be the lowest, $1.35. So this common has always been worth something, and we see the norm at $1.12. It's going up slowly, so something to heavily consider is the holo version right now. While it's still only at $3, I could easily see it being a $5 super. Again, quantities overall, as I accidentally closed the tab, are low. And we see only 4 quantities of Super 6 Samurai United. Definitely a card they'll be playing again. One of the only +1s in all of Yu-Gi-Oh! Back in the day. Now just another +1 that, you know, isn't as good as it used to be, but is still great for the deck. We see only 4 total listings for them at all. People trying to get 50 apiece, people trying to get 60 apiece, but the lowest at 40. Let's go ahead and open that up and see what we're missing out on TCG Player. So the norm was at 35, and we see at 45 on TCG Player. So one bold seller selling lower right now by only $3. And it's just really hard to get your playset. Sorry for no face cam on this Market Watch. XSplit was acting up. We just renewed the membership, and my computer's been weird since I factory reset it on the settings. I'll need to tweak it a ton when I come back. There won't be any videos up while I'm gone on the weekend, probably. Sorry for that. Didn't have much time to prepare, but I wanted to get this Market Watch out to you guys before I headed out. So thanks for watching. Hopefully you all enjoyed this. I know it was a lot to go over for 2 archetypes and a few other things, but a lot's happening right now. Thanks for watching, guys.